going on, y'all? It's your boy Wisco Madman coming at you with another reaction video. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to smash that like button down below, hit that sub, and flip them notifications over to all. Apparently, my sub button does not work anymore. Alright, so you guys notice the new background, it's all blank and shit. Maybe even hear a little bit more echo. Not to get into too much BS, but I just moved, just got enough of this set up, and I need shit on the walls because I can straight up hear my echo right now. But, not that you're necessarily noticing it in the mic, but like annoyance to neighbors and every fucking thing else, because you know that's apartment living. Anyway, so we are going to check out some more Upchurch vlogs here, and just to kind of give you a little bit more of an idea of like how I post videos and stuff. So it's probably gonna be some time before you see this exact video. So I'll probably have already settled in. There's a little bit of delay in the editing process and all that kind of stuff. The only time you actually see shit as I'm doing it in my life is when it's live, or if I drop a short or something. But otherwise, like, videos themselves, they just take time to post. Mainly because I'm not, this isn't my full-time job, and I'm not busting my ass to make sure, like, you guys get shit next day unless there's, like, something. But honestly, like, even in the quick drop scenarios, when I hurry up and get a video out, like, say Upchurch just dropped a new song, I'm doing that for y'all. Or say there's an up-and-coming artist that sends me a pre-release. Again, I'm doing that for the artist and y'all. Like, that does nothing for me. So, I guess what I'm getting at is my motivation, naturally, as a human being, is not going to be as strong to not only work 40 plus hours a week, but hurry up and get things edited. You know how it goes. So, I will say, though, at this point, I don't think you guys are going to see, and this is because, like, as the move just getting done, and I know I said I wasn't going to trail off. Tired. I got shit to catch up with y'all. But what I'm proud of as far as YouTube goes is I did this entire move, wore out as shit. Shout out to my buddy Todd, that was a huge help. And that's just on the off chance he's able to see this. That was just for him. But dude, wore out, get my ass kicked doing this whole move, and I still managed to do 2-a-days, and not once missed a gap. Might be speaking too soon. I'm only scheduled out by a day right now. But assuming I continue to get my drops scheduled, get my edits out, I'll still make it through the whole fucking summer. 2-a-day drops. And I know some of y'all that subscribe to me are like, holy shit, bro. Like, we can't even keep up watching all the videos. I know. But from what I've seen, even with the experimental channel right now, the second channel that I told y'all about, like, I don't see any evidence that I can slow down the drops if I want to keep my impression numbers up, which is what I'm trying to do to build this channel, is keep them impressions numbers up. I'm not going to change up what I do in said videos, or I shouldn't say that, not necessarily what I do in the videos, but I'm not going to change me as a person or my natural whatever I am, right? But I will play around with thumbnails. I will play around with check this song out because, you know, this is popping right now. I did that with the MC Abdul stuff. It was popping. It was something I was interested in. I'm like, I better get her done now if I'm interested in it, because right now it's popular. So that helped me grow some. I will say that. Most of it, though, is not... I'm not doing things to catch subs off of trendy stuff. because it's not necessarily about the sub numbers. Sure, the sub numbers help, but I am looking to, how do I put this? And I know I'm way off track. I am looking to catch some of those subs because they help the algorithm, and then I can find and get out to more of the people who are genuinely interested in me as a reactor and interested in similar things that I'm interested in. Country boy shit, country music, country rap music, hip hop, all that kind of stuff. So the numbers allow me to expand to more of the audience I'm looking for, if that makes sense. And, you know, adventure videos and everything else that hopefully I get my ass in gear and get all moved in. Yeah, I'm staring at a bunch of boxes over here. Literally the only thing set up right now is this and my bedroom slightly. Just enough to, like, sleep and watch TV. Everything else is a fucking mess. So, I digressed enough. I gave you some of an update. I might ramble on in the next video I record here, but I'm going to go ahead and say 5 minutes of an intro is plenty of catching up with y'all. And we're going to jump into this video here after I clear whatever the fuck bullshit Opera's trying to... There. Alright. We're going to jump over. We got... apparently the wrong screen. That's disappointing. Your boy's catching up. I forgot I pulled the window away, which, yeah. Trying to get back into it, guys. Sorry. I'm off my game. Anyway, so we have this one from back in March, 3 months ago. Upchurch vlog. It's Mystery of Earth, UFOs, and Ancient Art, Part 1. Hashtag UFO, Ancient Mystery, and Earth. Yeah. Alright, so obviously I took that call another day now. We're getting back to recording, but yeah, I ended up having to go to work, and now we're getting back to reacting. So now you guys kind of see this is the process. It's 2 days later from when I started that intro. Alright, jump up in it.
Look at your boy, dude. Look at his wings. That's right. When you look at me, what do you think?
Dude, I get them same fucking curls. Like, for real, if it grows out, my shit curls like a motherfucker. And all I'm thinking is, like, Church, don't do a mullet. Please don't do a mullet. I'm just playing. I know he probably wouldn't do a mullet, but he's a ways away from it, too. You'd have to, like, shave the sides off or shave the sides down, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, old Folgers commercial. Bowner, quicker, picker, upper commercial. Give it a week, dude. Well, actually, like 3 weeks. Don't tell nobody. It takes like 3 weeks for me to grow a mustache. What? You like my home improvements I've done in here? You can call me Skin Allen. That's that fucking, we went to Dollywood in 1996 for a family vacation wall decor. You ain't getting that at Home Depot. What do you expect? I wake up smelling like cedar log.
Shit, we ain't getting quality no more anyway. I miss the, like, a lot of the family vacations and everything else, like, growing up. Not just reminiscent and whatnot, like, of what it should have been. Which, I got this fucking extension bullshit again. Anyway, sorry, guys. So, I wish they made, like, souvenirs and shit. Like everything's gotten so cheap because as a society, we just accept it and accept it and accept it. It's like, dude, bring back the cool shit, man. Like, dope fucking 96 Dollywood memorabilia type shit. That's fucking cool, dude. That's fucking cool. Like, innovate some cool ass shit. It's kind of like, I know I'm going to digress just a hair here, but it's kind of like when I try to think of apparel line shit, you know, like, and bro, this shit was straight the fuck up natural, bro. But when I think of my apparel line, because that's what I can compare it to from a business aspect of things, and I think of what I'm trying to design, right? Because you go to the website and you're like, what apparel line? Exactly. I don't have much ideas on there because I'm struggling to think of shit that people would find of value. I don't want you to just buy something because I told you to or whatever. Like, I want to well, I shouldn't say provide products. I'm not innovating that much. I want to provide cool shirts, cool whatever, sayings, better logos than what I currently have designed. So you can actually have memorabilia that you'd be like, oh, this dude was dope, or oh, I liked his channel and this shirt's really dope. Whatever. But you get my point. So we relate that to like going to Dollywood, going to Disneyland, going to SeaWorld, going to whatever. I'm just picking shit that I always wanted to do when I was a kid, and church mentioned Dollywood and shit, which I honestly didn't even know until older in life. I don't know what the fuck Dollywood is. I'm assuming it's Dolly Parton's thing and like some theme park, some place to visit that's hers, or I don't know. Yes, I am out of loop on that one. I'm out of the loop on a lot of country shit, to be honest. Like growing up, country music was not a big part of my life. Old school country. Like my grandpa would listen to Johnny Cash and stuff, but like my dad and mom did not like country. My dad's warmed up to it in older age. I've gotten really into it like as I became an adult, because I realized it talked about shit that I enjoyed. But anyway, memorabilia, man. I just wish people would put way more thought into it, That's the way I see it. Stop just trying to take money from people, like give them something of value and have it like, yeah, you get what I mean. Because like anything you buy nowadays, it might break tomorrow. Shit, when we bought stuff when I was a kid, that fucker's still not broken.
In really heavy Walmart pellets. Look, I can't be your interior designer, all right? The best part of waking up is a hillbilly grabbing your butt.
Okay, so I forgot about that, and I'll be honest, like I made it the first minute or so before I got called out to work, right? Cut that part out because I wanted to remind myself what the start of the video was. But dude, I almost kind of want to cut and splice that into this video just so you guys could see my original reaction. He had me fucking dying the first time the first time I heard it. And I gotta be honest, like, dude, I still fucking love that. The best part of waking up is a hillbilly grabbing your butt. Like, that's just some church clowning shit right there. I love it. Been stuck in the city too long, they riding like that round here, no more riding with wailing strings. Too much cash in my jacket, do the dash like I'm James Dean. Keep 'em moving like a chase scene.
Go try and hold pigskin over in mountains. Hello. All right, look, bro, we finna talk about the shape of the earth.
He just wanted to use that effect, and then it inspired him to go complete saw on us.
The shape of UFOs, crop circles, the ocean, space, and some other shit. All right, so when you ask somebody, yo, what do you think the earth looks like? The most common answer is gonna be either your regular round earth that most people think we live on. You're gonna have your flat earth model with no dome, and then you're gonna have your flat earth model with a dome. Just to add.
Y'all that follow me know, like, I'm huge on quote-unquote conspiracies, right? Or conspiracy theories. Most of them end up being real. True, whatever. Especially most of the 2020 ones, right? So I used to do a job up in Wheatland, Wyoming. And trust me, this correlates. Used to do a job up in Wheatland, Wyoming. And we were up there for 40 hours. So weekly, we're up there staying at a hotel, hanging out with everybody. And one of the guys that I was friends with up there, he was big into watching, like, he would dive down the YouTube conspiracy rabbit hole. I mean, just bad. But it was entertaining for me because there's quite a few of them that I was like, oh yeah, this shit makes sense, right? He is, and I say is because I still talk to him from time to time, he is a strong believer on flat earth. And that's actually the specific conspiracy. It's funny, church brings that up. It's the specific conspiracy that he truly believes, and we bring up every single time we see each other. Like, still believing in that flat earth bullshit? Yep. You coming to my side yet? Nope. Like, bruh, come on now. All I want, and I really, it's hard for me to dive down the flat earth rabbit hole. I will with church here, but all I want for flat earthers to do for me, if they do anything for me, right? Simply explain to me why. What's the reason? Why would there have to be a dome? Why would they lie to us to say it's a globe? And mind you, I'm a very traveled person. I've traveled all over the United States in a couple countries. I've been on ships. I've been, like, come on, dude. It just seems like one of those low IQ theories that people have come up with. People that don't understand curvature of the earth and all that kind of stuff, right? Just tell me, why are the elitists, that I do believe exist, why are the elitists trying to convince us or trying to hold this idea that the earth is a globe when really we're in a dome or it's flat, any of that stuff, right? Why? That's it. So let's keep going with that in mind. God damn it. Here.
Added in here because some folks who believe in the dome don't believe in the Bible, but the Bible's description, which is, it seems like a flat earth model with some sort of dome over it. Now, no matter which one of those you believe,
because the Bible was written by human beings, and we didn't have that much science at that time. People literally only lived to be like 30 or 40 years old. Big difference, guys. Big difference.
believe in, I can guarantee you 99.999% of everyone watching this video cannot say they have firsthand seen the earth and what it looks like. And I know some people get angry, but I mean, sure, you could show me a picture that someone else obtained. You could send me a link to some.
I can understand that. And I truly believe when he's saying shit like this, he's trolling. Like, I think he's honest to an extent. Like, he's obviously, we generally, like, not one of us, assuming there's no astronauts watching, not one of us can say, I personally took this picture, right? But I can say I've been at, 36,000 plus feet. I've also worked at an airport for a year. So when it comes to, like, the chemtrails theory that everybody keeps spreading around, that would have to be a deep cover psyop type thing, like, or I don't know if psyop's the right word for it, but it would have to be a deep cover thing that the military's doing, because, yeah, like, have y'all seen the videos where they're like, oh, see, they have all the chemicals in the planes, and I'm like, bruh, I done fueled them motherfuckers. I done been in them. Like, if they was doing that, there would have to be some secrecy. I've fueled Trump's plane before. Like, come on now.
some fucking physicist guy telling me about it. You can say,
oh, and mind you, like, on that note of airport shit, right? Some of the DIA shit, like Denver airport shit, some of it's true. I'm not going to tell you what. This is very public. But we'll just say some of it is true. So, this is not the guy saying conspiracies are dumb. I'm just saying some are intelligent and some are not so intelligent.
that you can do the math. Just because you can do the math, you know what it looks like. But at the end of the day, none of those things mean you've actually went and seen it for yourself. And if it's that simple, why don't you, the physicist guy, go get y'all some paper and do the math and figure out how to take an iPhone up there on live and show everyone what it looks like? I mean,
Sir, an iPhone on live. I love you, church, but thinking cell signal might not work so well up there. Maybe you can do like some internet shit or something, but I'm thinking cell signal would not work so hot.
I mean, come on, bro. Here's what I think's weird about these 3 different models. You got common round Earth, you got flat Earth with a dome, and you have flat Earth with no dome. Okay, here's the thing. This one argues with this one the most. But here's the thing. They both have domes. This one has an atmospheric dome, and this one has some sort of other dome. But this one is the same as
What I didn't know for the longest time, and was learning about this, I don't know, 6 months ago, a couple months ago, whatever it was. I get bored at work and watch a lot of YouTube videos and listen to a lot of shit, right? And matter of fact, I think this was another sidetrack from a church video. Yeah, because I think he was the one that brought up the Van Allen belts. So I think he's just like, because a lot of people are going to attack him on this, and I'm sure there might even be a few in my comments that are like going nuts out, right? But I guess what I'm getting at is the main core reason, and churches talked about starting another channel to have these kind of videos, right? Because he's interested in doing this stuff, and he doesn't necessarily want the trolls from this channel on there. The main thing that church is playing with here, at least that I think he's playing with here, is the open-mindedness, the exploring, the wonderment, I love this shit, dude. So that's why, like, now I even reminded myself, like, he did a video about the Van Allen belts. I'm pretty sure. I'd be hard-pressed to refer you exactly to it. I'm sure it's even reacted to on my channel. But I seem to remember it. So, like, now he's playing with this theory, and he's talking about common round Earth model and all that stuff. I think he's just giving credit to or playing with ideas. You know what I mean? So kind of like, even though I don't believe in flat Earth, if I was to dive down the flat Earth rabbit hole and explore the thought of it being real, you know?
this one, but this one doesn't have a dome like the other 2. But you don't see these 2 arguing, even though their models are different. Here's my question. Why is all the models...
I honestly never heard of one. And again, I haven't dove down this rabbit hole prior to this video. But I haven't heard of a flat Earth theory that didn't include the dome. I didn't know there was 2 different. I'm learning from church right now.
models of Earth have something to do with being the shape of a circle, whether it's flat or round. And also, how come no matter which model you pick, the models can only...
Let's ask you this one. Why is it always round? And like think of square and shit like that. Sorry, I'm still waking up. It's the morning. Brain don't want to click. So he says, why are all the models round, right? Even the flat Earth, like it's a round. So my mind jumped to square, which who the fuck's cutting that shit? Yeah, that's how my brain works. Like, who done cut a perfect square out of the earth? Um, Chances are it's irregular. If there's any flat Earth whatsoever, the chance is it is not perfect in any way, shape, or form, unless we're speaking of, again, getting into the solar system and more of the round Earth theory, which is rotation around, gravitational poles, all that kind of stuff, which is what makes like all them forces is what makes round objects like that. So I've yet to see flat earthers explain those things, like what forces are acting on the earth. Do none of those forces work then? Is all that just too complicated for you and you say it's all bullshit that's made up?
We do one of two things for humans. Either one of them shields humans from outside space, or one exposes humans to outside space. Now, dude, think about this. Okay, let's say Earth pops up, right? There's no humans on Earth at all. Someone drops a human off. Don't tell them nothing. No prior knowledge of Earth, never been here before, nothing. How long do you think it would take that human to look around and be like, huh, what I'm standing on must be a ball? Bro, like 2 days. Why? Because they're gonna see the sun and be like, whoa, and they're gonna see it set, and then it's gonna be less bright. They're gonna see it's a circle. And they're gonna freak out and be like, oh shit, it's fucking, where's it going? And then when it goes down, another one pops up. It's called the moon. And they're like, oh shit, that's a circle too. And then they're like, wait, where's it going? What's the next thing gonna be? Oh, it's the sun again in the morning. It came back. 2-3 days, they're gonna be like, yes, I'm probably standing on a place that looks exactly like these two places. You can't tell me that wouldn't be the idea they have. I mean, it's
I mean, to be fair, the original idea, flat Earth is not a new idea. Flat Earth is what everybody believed thousands of years ago. Mainly because I just don't think they had wonderment. I don't think they actually. I don't think humanity, I don't think Neanderthals and all that kind of stuff, like, ever wondered that way. That's much more expanded. Because back to caveman days, what the fuck's it matter if the earth is flat, round, or pointed like a dildo? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, it just doesn't. Like, I see what church is getting at. I honestly don't know why that wasn't the first theory. I don't know why flat earth was the original theory, I guess. It seems more logical to me that human beings would think the earth was round because of the rotation of the sun and the moon, like he's talking about. But at the same time, I think that requires a level of logic that may not have existed then. I think humanity, one human being to the next human being, me to church to whatever, I think these people bouncing ideas off each other created this logic and whatnot. You need to stop fucking popping up and ruining my goddamn videos. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. And we're back. Sorry, I wanted me to fucking update. Jesus Christ. Like, fucking leave me alone. I'm making a video. Just try to get this video done. Sidetracked, and now I don't know where I was. Oh, society bouncing ideas off each other. So I think the fact of multiple people starting to bounce ideas off each other created this logic and expanded into the open-mindedness, the critical thinking, the science, the whatever. Like, I don't think it's natural for human beings to be like this. Look at how many people today that still refuse to be open-minded, still refuse to play with wonderment. They just do as they're told. Minus the being told what to do. I think, and they call this consciousness, they call this whatever. And the Bible thinks we're the only living things that possibly could ever have a brain. Bullshit. That just seems statistically impossible. But yeah, it's an interesting idea to play with. It really is. Like, that really wasn't the first idea. For my knowledge, and I wish I could pull like a direct reference, but the knowledge I grew up with, that I learned through whatever school or whatever it was, and I know school's fucking crazy now, the original ideas was the earth was flat, and now we're saying the earth is round. But again, I bring you back to, if the earth is flat and they're telling us it's round, why?
Fucking obvious. But fast forward to now. You mean to tell me we have pretty much the same exact idea? As if it was just one person on the earth that didn't know nothing, looking around being like, from the caveman days all the way to now.
Again, as I said, to my knowledge, the original idea was that the earth was flat, and then we switched to the earth was round. That's how I was taught.
It's went from caveman standing on the ground being like, it must be a ball. Now, humans argue over 3 different models that all involve it being a circle or a ball. That is a long ass time to have no new ideas. Also, don't forget, realize the fact that people who argue about what shape the earth is or which model it is, they all have never had the chance to go see what it looks like for themselves, don't know how to go see it for themselves, and flat out just have never seen it for themselves. And I mean, bro, let's just state the obvious real quick. Where is any real footage that looks like real footage? That doesn't have a million holes poked in it or...
So now we're bringing up, like, the moon landing, right? Well, that's at least what pops into my head. I will at least explain that one. And I'm not saying church is wrong, because I see where his logic's going, right? But, and again, we're simply playing with open-mindedness here. So I'm not faulting church for asking any of these questions, mentioning any of these things, any of that kind of stuff, right? What I am saying is, where were we at the time of the moon landing? Not you as a person. Where were we as the United States at the time of the moon landing? We're in a space race, right? So if that footage is faked, let's just assume it's faked, right? Because so many holes poked in it, as church said. Why was it faked? We're number one. We're number one. That's what America's always got to say, right? I mean, up until the blue-haired mafia took over, right? We pretty well consistently say we're number one. The United States has to be number one in the world. So much so by a margin that no country comes even fucking close. That's not lack of education. That's just fucking facts. Doesn't mean that Russia and China wouldn't completely annihilate the world. When you get to a certain point of military strength, we're fucked. Armageddon is real. Nobody wins in Armageddon. Doesn't matter if you can win. Doesn't matter if you have more nuclear weapons. We're all fucking dead anyway. So my point is, yes, America, in my opinion, in so many cases, maybe not all, but in so many cases, is so far ahead of the next country. And we're actually falling behind now. I think some of it has to do with Soviet interference, Chinese interference, Yuri Bezmenov type stuff, if you guys have watched that on my channel, which we will get more into. I definitely want to play with some more Yuri Bezmenov. Because I feel like not enough people have seen him. I don't think enough people know of him, have played with that idea, and really don't understand why we are in the position in America that we are. Not sidetracking too much from the space videos, but just going off the we're number one thing, right? A big reason why we have fallen so far behind or what am I trying to say here? A big reason why we have reduced our... Nope, brain's still not working. Progression. That's what I'm going with. Going forward. We're not progressing like we were 60s, 70s, 80s. Even 90s. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with decades worth of mental warfare, societal warfare, things they're doing that people do not understand and could not comprehend. And that's what Yuri explains a lot of. So when it comes to we're number one, and I'm talking about the blue-haired mafia and the United States being ahead of everybody and similar things to the moon race and all this stuff, right? Maybe a big reason why we've fallen behind in our progress is because the schools have been attacked. It's just now becoming somewhat at the forefront. And I would have never imagined a decade ago, when I was actually supporting the Democrats, that the teachers union being so strong was actually going to be an issue. I know a lot of people used to squawk about it, but I don't think we realized that when you have people that don't necessarily have the nurture and care about the kids, which is what we all thought the teachers union was supposed to be, and then you start to realize that it's not so much about nurturing and caring for kids, but taking these kids and going, nope, we need you to go this way, over generations. And now we're finally starting to see where the end game was. So they couldn't keep up with us progressing as fast as we were, right? We were progressing so far. We were a world power militarily, majorly, right? And just about nobody comes close. Russia and China are basically the few that do. North Korea is only a joke because they finally have nuclear weapons and we're scared what crazy little, kid's gonna do with them. I mean, that was the original thought. He's not a kid no more. But, yeah. So, how do you slow down the people that you can't catch? Put a stick in their tire. Kind of like the bike. Trip them up a little bit. Except in this case, it was more like slime or sludge to slow them down. By attacking the school system covertly. And now America can't keep up. So, back to the moon landing. I'm not going to say whether or not I think they actually faked it. Don't really care. It's so many years ago. It doesn't really matter. But if they were going to do it, I think it had 100% everything to do with being the first. With America being number one. Just like Texas, we're the best.
Found out something that somebody tried to hide about a piece of fucking footage being fake. Where is any real footage? Me and you both know there ain't none. This next thing that I realized this morning also made me come to the conclusion that us humans right now on this earth are not collectively thinking on a level that is even fucking worthy of talking about. What I'm about to show you really lets you know how...
Yeah, that goes back to the open-mindedness I talk a lot about. Like, this is why I love Church's videos like this and the playing with ideas and whatnot. And not... Just because I don't agree with Church doesn't mean that I'm like, he's an idiot, he's got conspiracy on... Bruh. Think past exactly what he's talking about and just play with the ideas, the wonderment, the imagination, this is how we progress as society, to play with these things, to progress forward. Perfect example is like, the more I have met people, I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. The more I have met people from around the world, people who've grown up in other countries, the more you realize when you can get outside your information stream, when you can get unadulterated information, other people's experiences, other people's knowledge, the more you realize that, we'll just say mainstream. We're not just talking about labels because Church is an artist, but like mainstream, societal main thought. The pyramids, various other things, Göbekli Tepe. I'm talking archaeology a lot right now, which is what I'm trying to point this to. But a lot of these things, the people that believe the mainstream ideas are so against playing with these ideas the way Church is. I've found things out about the world that I truly believe are true that I didn't read in a book. I learned from people who grew up in those countries, who had experiences in those countries. And then come to find out there's people who aren't mainstream that have been preaching these things, that are being canceled, being shunned, being, you can't say that, you can't talk about that. Okay, let's assume it's wrong. Let's assume you're right? Let's assume the mainstream's right. Why is it wrong to play with those ideas? Oh, it'll cause this, it'll cause chaos, because you want people to follow you. The only way we progress as a society is the more we can play with things, the more knowledge we can build, the more wonderment that we do like this. This is why I appreciate his videos so much when he's playing with this stuff. This is why Church is talking about starting another channel to address this. Because trolls don't want to be open-minded. They want to, oh, he's crazy. Everybody's so quick to play the drama, the gossip, the bullshit. Just made a comment on Ambrose post about this, and I don't even know exactly what her particular experience is in this case, but like, people love drama. I'm more on the let's build our knowledge base, let's play with ideas. I like this stuff. And I think many things that the mainstream believes, just like the mainstream used to believe the world was flat, as I was taught, now we believe it's round. And for the sake of this video, I'll bring it back. If it's flat, why would they lie to us? What's the end game? As I said with the moon videos, it was a space race. We understand the motive. What is the motive here?
Undeveloped our imagination is, and how much we cling and hold on to things and then trick ourselves into thinking that right now we're smarter than we've ever been and our ideas right now are out of this world. No, they're not. Because just like the 99.9%...
Again, going back on that thing, like, the shit with the pyramids, I'll reference that because that's something recently that I know more about or have heard more things about. Why do the mathematics with the pyramids add up to different calculations within the earth? Oh, well, coincidence. Is it though?
Percent, I would say 100, but you know. The 99.9% of us that have never seen the earth as a whole for ourselves with our own eyes has also never seen an alien. But even though we've never seen an alien or never been shown like, hey, this is an alien by the government or nothing, we have what? Just like we got little pieces of the moon landing, we got little pieces of the aliens. And the piece that we got is what? The idea of their vehicles they drive. Here's the only problem with that. The ideas of the vehicles they drive are the same exact ideas of the models of Earth.
Interesting. And I, if it's not connecting for you guys yet, I'm seeing like through his videos, a lot of these wonderment videos, as I like to call them. I'm seeing it connect through this. I'm seeing it connect through this, the aliens, the spacecraft, the flat Earth, the this, the that. I feel like he's going to an end game here. I feel like he's trying to dive down and expose something. I don't know what the end result is, but I like it. I like the wonderment. I like the playing. I like the what ifs.
They're no different. Here's your common round Earth we know of that's floating through space. Here is the common round UFO that is apparently floating in space. Here is your flat dome Earth. Here is your flattish domed UFO. Here is your Tic Tac UFO. Here is flat Earth with no dome. You don't need any kind of special degree or goggles to see that those are exactly the same.
But why?
So if these different models of Earth and these different models of UFOs are legit the same, then how do we know the cavemen were drawing UFOs? What if they were drawing their idea of
Earth.
What the whole Earth looked like? I mean, just like if they got put here and was like, the moon and the sun must be the same shape. What if those cave drawings are just their further idea of what the Earth might look like because they started to wonder, being like, well, damn, if I can't go there and float up there and see what that is, I'm here. I wonder what the rest of the world looks like. So what did the caveman do? The caveman went and grabbed a damn rock or some berries and drew his idea of the world in the cave so that he could either remember it, show it to other people, or he simply just wanted to look at what he was thinking about. And it just so happened to look kind of like a UFO. Because you got to think, if you're a loner caveman and you're sitting there seeing the sun and the moon every day, and you're like, man, I wonder if there's people on that like there is here, right? So your cave art would kind of tell the story of you and your people, thinking there are other people on these other balls that are in the sky. And if you were a caveman and you and your caveman people were thinking that, hey, there might be other people like that on these floating balls in the sky, you would depict that in your cave art, that it was an unreachable place. You would depict that there's like no hands near where this is. It's in a sense of saying it's unreachable. How many hands are in there? How many people thought this? How many people wondered? Well, that would be the hands on the wall. So this in particular cave art was a bunch of hands in the highest part of this cave. To me, insinuating we can only go as high as we can climb. We cannot get to this other space. So we're gonna leave a bunch of handprints in this really high spot to kind of tell the future people that find this cave what we thought about the most and what we pondered the most was up above and the unreachable, which leads me to this next piece of cave art. Now, think about hands.
Or maybe spirituality and not knowing, I don't know. Because I'm thinking of my idea of heaven and raised on Catholic Christianity and whatnot. So, kind of reaching for the idea of the skies, the what's in heaven, the God, maybe. But that's where I go with it.
And being unreachable, and them looking at the sun and the moon as places other people might be that they would like to go to see for themselves. Once again, you got two big glowing circles, and the hands are not near where the circles are. But this next one really lets you know how they kind of thought, if you ask me personally, because this next one is supposed to be UFO cave art, but it's more of a platform that portrays people standing on and looking down on them. And a lot of these so-called aliens in these cave arts, the aliens are most of the time like a luminescent color, right? And some of these people have like these ring things around their head. Well, if they're standing on Earth and they're looking at their tan brown skin, and then they're looking at the dirt and the mud and seeing how their skin matches with the rock they're standing on, if they thought people was on the moon and the sun, they probably thought the people matched the objects in the sky as well. The sun has rays, squiggly ray around it, right?
Not so much the last part he said, but the people matching it, like maybe that's why the aliens were gray at one point, matching the moon and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's where he's going with it, but interesting thought. I never thought of it that way.
When you try to look at it, well, squiggly rays are around some of these people's heads that are on these platforms. Well, the aliens are luminescent and white, right? Okay, well, the moon is luminescent and white. Maybe they thought that was the kind of people, or that's what people looked like that lived on the moon. Personally, I think that's a way more logical explanation that has steps leading right to it. But if that's the case, that would change all UFO history and knowledge, starting from the first depictions of it.
Damn.
All right, Skins, we're gonna do a part 2. Part 2 will be out later tonight. It's a lot to unpack, so I'm gonna have to write it out so it's in order, so it's best explained. I will see y'all tonight around dinner time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So to wrap it up, I'll just say, like I was saying earlier, I love the wonderment. I love the playing with ideas here, and I'm here for it, man. I hope he continues to do videos like this, even with whatever hate might come his way. Haters is gonna do what haters is gonna do, man. You can't. You just can't let them get you down, you know? That's the way I see it. So, y'all like this reaction video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Hit that sub and flip them notifications over to all. That's right, my graphic isn't working right now, so I'll have to reset that. But no worries. Yeah. I really do. Really, really, really do appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out Church's page. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.